Money Talk here with another video. I wanted to put in a title, ebook giveaway, but I'm not sure how to title it. I guess you can't title videos when you're going live, apparently. I mean, I could try to do it. Let's see if it lets me. Okay, I guess I can. Ebook giveaway. So in this video, I'm just going to give away ebooks to either 3 winners, or if I only get one person, I'm just going to get that person 5 free ebooks, because I'm not going to do this forever. So tomorrow will be 3 weeks since I hit the 800. And that video I said I was going to give away the free ebooks. But I haven't got anybody request for anything, apparently. So I figured I'll just try it live. Anybody that requests to get a free ebook? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a drawing. Put their name on a piece of paper and put it in this box. Then I'm going to, if I have at least 3 people, I'll take the names out of the box, and that's who I'll give the ebooks to. So I have talked about the ebooks I made. I'm currently trying to get one ebook edited. And obviously, I don't talk about my books before I publish them, so that is the rule. Maybe to my friends, but that's about it. So this is basically a financial channel. I'm not a financial advisor. Talk about ways to make money, save money, invest in money, basically anything to do with money. But this one's different. This video, I'm giving away ebooks. And the reason I'm giving away these ebooks, they're my ebooks. They're like books I wrote or typed. Some of them actually did write in like one of those composition books. I actually wrote some of the stories, then I typed them. So that's like the Nightfall story. I have like, if my Nightfall story was like a TV series, I would have enough for like 7 seasons, I think it is. About 6 or 7 seasons. Because the Nightfall story starts off when the character is like in the 7th grade. I ended it when they're like in the 12th grade. That's in my writing. Obviously, on Amazon, this character is still in the 7th grade, but in my writing version, she is actually in the 12th grade. So I'm far ahead in the writing than I am on Amazon. Obviously, I have to do all the editing for the stories. So there's 9 people in the, now there's 2. So I'm just giving away free ebooks. So that's what this video is about. I was trying to do it like in a regular video about 3 weeks ago, but I didn't get anybody requesting for any of the free ebooks. So I figured if I get somebody to like request for the free ebooks in the live, then I'll just give it to them. I'm going to do a drawing. I'm going to write on a piece of paper and just put it in this box. And the first name I pull out of this box, if your name is the first name, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give you a choice to pick. You're going to be able to pick 3 ebooks from me of your choice. And I actually did go over what the ebooks were about. So we go back in my video. What was it? Oh yeah, that's when I hit 800 subscribers. So I guess I can try to put that in there. Let's see if it lets me. In case y'all want to check that out, I go over the stories that I made, the ones I plan to give away for free. So I'm just gonna put it on here. So who it? K Bearer are the best. Oh hey, I guess that's the name. Huh? Okay. So if you're watching this video, I'm giving away free ebooks. But you have to be a subscriber. That's a rule. To get one of my free ebooks, you have to be a subscriber. Not much, Teddy. I'm just doing this live. I'm trying to give away like ebooks to like I have like some ebooks I wrote, and I'm trying to give away to like 3 people. But I plan on doing like a drawing. So anybody that's interested, just say, give me an ebook, and I'll just write your name. I'll put in this box. Play Fortnite. I never played Fortnite, but I have heard it. Okay, thanks for subscribing. So I've been writing stories for quite a while. Really, since I was like a kid, like 6th grade, I think it was. I used to write like these small comic books. Gloria, thanks for subscribing. But anyway, I started off with like the comic books. This is my spare time. It was just for fun. Then later on, I just started writing other stories. And that's when I realized, hey, I want to be a writer that writes stories. And that's when I got into all the writing. You sound like a chill guy. Yeah, I like to think I am. So this is basically a financial channel. I talk about ways to make money, save money, invest money. Basically anything to do with money. But today, since I hit the 800 subscriber, my celebration is just give away some of my ebooks for free. Oh, hi, Gloria. Gloria's a nice name. So one story I did write, what was it? It was, I'm going to try to look it up. Crossroad. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's right here, Crossroad. Everybody laugh. Bummer, man. Okay, let's see if anybody requests to get it. So nobody requests for any of the ebooks. Okay. Hello from Hong Kong. Hello. I'm just celebrating my 800 subscribers, and I was planning on giving away ebooks to 3 of them, but nobody requested. The video I made, nobody requests for any of the ebooks, so I figured I'll try live. Maybe somebody on live will request. But let's go over one of the last stories I wrote called Crossroad. So one thing every human does is sin. Some sin can, oh yeah, it is a Christian story. So it's religious based. This is basically the first actual fictional Christian story I wrote. Some sin can seem small, like it's no big deal, while other sin can seem really huge, really big, basically. Truth is, it doesn't matter how big or small your sin is. Without Jesus, you'll go to hell. In this story, 5 people are sent on this trip to a heavenly being who will talk to them about their sin, let them know that they keep walking the path they're on, they'll go to hell. The 5 there are also realize that they are more connected than they realize. Can you tell me about book? Yeah. So that was Crossroads. So Crossroads, it's a Christian story. These five people, they're all sinners. Like one of them's a thief. He steals from people. He breaks in people's house. He's a burglar, basically. So he's a thief. Another one, they're cheating on their husband, sleeping around. So some people might seem like, that's not a big sin. Other people might think it's a big sin. I know Catholic people, they do think sexual sin is a big sin. Then there's another guy. He doesn't really do the official sexual sin, but his sin is lust. He looks like a lot of porn. So it don't seem like it's a big deal. Looking at porn don't seem like a big deal, but he is sinning. The other guy, his sin is pride. But the first one, her sin, she murders people, so she actually does kill. And of course, people be like, well, at least I never killed anybody. All I do is steal. So they do compare their sin, but the truth is, you're all going to the same hell. Oh, hey. Or is that old? Yeah. So 2 people now. And let's see, can I put in here? So in the other video I made, I think this is the right one. Let's see if it lets me. Okay. So I'm putting in the descriptions for the other YouTube video. So I put in this description below. So you want to check it out on your free time, you're free to do it. Let's see something. So I got one person in here now. I'll just put it here. Yeah, I'll put it here. Okay. Can you tell me about the book? Oh yeah, that was one book. And just put it there. Oh yeah, that is true. And the story does end with the rapture. I don't want to spoil the story for you, but I'll tell you this. One person is going to reject God. They're going to turn their back on God completely. And the other 4 are going to be raptured. I'm just going to say that. I'm not going to say who it is. Check out video. Thank you. I may do like a part 2 of this book. I'm not sure. If I had like people that like the story and he really push for me to make it like a second one, then I'll do it. I do got ideas for Crossroads too if I ever decide to go for it. And from there I'll probably do like a 3rd one and 4th one. I'll end it on like either 3rd or 4th one. If I do make more after this one, then I'll probably end it with the 4th one. But I do got some ideas if I do sequels. But for now, it's a standalone. So let's go over another story I made. the corrector. Oh yeah, this guy, he's not a godly person. I'm just gonna say that. Let's see if he's. Oh yeah, the corrector. Justin is a young man with a normal job, with normal friends. From the outside, he seems like the average Joe who lives a normal born life. But behind closed doors, he's anything but normal. What nobody knows, he is a serial killer that hunt down and kill horrible people who he believes deserve to die. After finding a young woman, Mary, who has the same sense of justice he does, the two of them create an unholy alliance and kill people together while also being in a relationship. Being in a relationship is hard enough, but murdering people with the person you're in a relationship with can be tricky. Mary just may prove to be an even more dangerous killer than Justin. So Justin is basically my version of Dexter. He has a code. He goes after violent people, and Mary's basically the same way. She goes after evil people, violent people. Mary takes this like a little step forward, though. She'll even kill people that lie about being assaulted. So there's one part in the story where this woman basically lied about being raped, and she never shows up to court, but you find out later on why she never shows up. It's because Mary killed her. Mary knew that she was lying. She knew she was full of it. So this is not a Christian story, but I made it because they're just people that we just can't stand. These type of people, these criminals. We always want them to serve justice. So that's what Justin does. And I think the name Justin does stand for justice, if I'm right. So this guy, the story starts all with him attacking his father. You can actually read part for like free. I found that out. Let's see, can I put this link on here? So I'm just going to give the link. Oh, thanks, Teddy. Oh, don't let me put it up there. Okay. Oh, it's too long. That's why. Okay. I was trying to put the link on here. I was trying to put it like in the chat, but it was too long, so I can't do it. That is to corrector. Let's see. I'll look on here, see if anybody requests for anything. Can you tell me about the book? Okay. Spirituality, what do you find inspirational in? Yeah, getting 800 subscribers. It's not as easy as you think it is. All you need, I need like 1,000 to get monetized. So I don't know what I'm going to do to celebrate 900. I do know what I'm going to do to celebrate 1,000, but right now 900, I'm not quite sure. But as for right now, I'm just going over these stories, get y'all interest. The goal for these stories get people interest, so they'll keep buying it. Now, Nightfall. The thing with Nightfall, I think I have like, how many stories do I have on here? I think I have like six, maybe about 6 stories of Nightfall. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, yeah, 6. I do got 6 on here. I had them pretty cheap too. I had them for like some are less than $1, but I have some that are like more. So let's go to the Nightfall series. I'll get into it. So during the day, Esther's a rich teenage girl who goes to public school. She hangs out with her friends, hates doing homework. Yeah, we all hate doing homework, just like any ordinary kid her age. During the night, however, she's a mad vigilante fighting crime with her martial arts skills, along with the ninja serum in her system, which makes her close to superhuman, not quite. If that wasn't bad enough, her friend becomes friends with a group of gang members who plan to do harm. Will Esther be able to save her friend before he gets in too deep? Find out. So this is like the first story in the Nightfall series. It starts off. She's starting junior high. So that's how this story starts off. So she's basically like Batman, sort of. She's one of superheroes that don't have powers. Awesome story, thank you. But she's one of those superheroes that don't have powers. She just used martial arts skills to fight her enemies. But she does have like the ninja serum, so she's kind of superhuman, but not quite. What the ninja serum does, it makes you peak human. Just think Captain America. I think people say Captain America's peak human, but what I've seen in the movies, I think he's more low superhuman than peak human from what I've seen in the movies. Because peak human, it's basically like if somebody said, when they say you have peak strength, you're as strong as it is humanly possible to be without being classified as superhuman. So that's basically what Nightfall is. So she's basically stronger than most humans, stronger, faster than most humans are, but still not quite to the superhuman level. In the second book, Violent Kidnapping. So a 14-year-old girl, Violet, has just moved to Bluetown. By the way, Bluetown is a fictional city in Minnesota I made up. You gotta love the fictional cities that these stories make, that these writers make. So like, I could do it too. Bluetown, Minnesota. After her dad gets get a promotion, she moves here. Violet meets Esther, Megan, David. David hits it off with her. One night while Esther's out as nightfall, she witnessed Violet being kidnapped after her father is unable to pay his debt to a violent gang leader named Jamal. Yeah, that's why you gotta pay your bills. Never borrow money from somebody if you can't pay them. Now, after failing to stop the gangsters from kidnapping Violet, Esther is really saddened, but is determined to save her potential friend, Violet. Although she just met Violet, so not really her friend yet, but she has a potential to be her friend. Alden does help Esther on this mission, saying that she has to do this on alone. She does not help her, okay? Can Esther, as Nightfall, save Violet from Jamal and his gang, or will she be another victim? You'll have to find out. Also, there's more stories, so there's a third story, so I guess y'all know the answer. But remember Jamal. Remember him. He's going to be a major villain in the later stories. But he will be different. So this is not the only time you'll see Jamal or hear about him. Third story, drug addict. Megan's cousin Arthur moves into town, and while Esther gets into a fight with a new police officer named Tom, meanwhile a drug dealer makes a dangerous drug called Haze. Fictional drug I made up. Arthur is a user of this drug and tricks Megan to try it. Now with Megan highly addicted, Esther has to find a way to save both Megan and her cousin. Often before things get bad. Things may not turn out the way she hopes. So that's the third book. The fourth one. The first major villain. It's called Nightfall, Death Aim, Book 4. Esther's already failing her class, but if that wasn't bad enough, there's a new serial killer in town going by the name Death Aim. He's a hired assassin with killing night throwing abilities. Esther must take him off the streets before he kills innocent people. Meanwhile, her parents hire Tyler as her math tutor. Will the friends hit the bell of fur, or will they just stay in the friend zone? You have to find out yourself for that one. I'm not going to tell you. But Death Aim, he's basically my version of Bullseye. He could take any altar and throw it like pure accuracy. He could take a pencil and throw it into like a barrel of a gun. Show that you can't shoot the gun. Yeah, Ted, nice. So that's book 4. Book 5. Dark Sword. Oh yeah, Dark Sword is a major villain. I'll just tell you that. She is nobody to mess with. In this book, Esther must face a dangerous ninja known as Dark Sword, who is on a killing spree. Dark Sword has killed several people and put businessmen into fear. Esther goes out as Nightfall to save the innocent and stop this ninja who is calling herself Dark Sword. In the fifth volume of the Nightfall series, Esther faces her most dangerous opponent to date. Dark Sword just may be the one villain to put Nightfall into the grave. Real question, who is Dark Sword? Find out in this book. She's not going to be who we think she is. I'm going to tell you that if you get into the story. And this is the last one. This is the last Nightfall book I published. When was this? January the 20th. So almost 4 years ago. Since it's been that long since I published a Nightfall book. I think I had one that was edited by AI. I just haven't published it yet. The 7th story. The 7th book. Now Nightfall. Who is Riffraff? He's a messing gang member. Let's put it that way. After being defeated by the Dark Sword, I may have spoiled it for y'all. Esther goes out again as Nightfall. This time to fight a dangerous thug who goes by Riffraff. Riffraff will kill anyone who disrespects him. Maggie, who was revealed to be the villain, tastes Dark Sword, tastes her relationship further with Leon. Carrie and Hayes say something that makes Esther worry that she might possibly become a psychopath. Yeah, you gotta read it to know what they're talking about. So Rip Raff, he's a gang member. He's a messing gang member. He likes respect. And he's very violent. He carries like his signature weapon is a machete. He uses that to torture people. Take out their arms. He's that kind of villain. Very violent. I'm in the live. I don't want any calls. So have anybody requested anything yet? So if you do want a free book, just say give me a free ebook. Or you just say give me an ebook and I'll write your name down, put it into this box. Austin Story, thanks you. Whose story, bro? Nice. And there is another story called Fight for Cash. Let's see, kind of pull that one up. This one is more grounded. I have part one and part two of this one. After her husband is killed the day of his last underground fight, a young woman, Nicole, is left in doubt. She must find a way to to provide for herself and her young son. She searches for a job but gets offered the same type of job that she hated her husband doing, underground fighting. She accepts the job and gets caught up with the world underground fighting. Her late husband, friend Matt, who is also a former underground fighter, agrees to train Nicole. The two of them start to get close as Nicole gets deeper into underground fighting. She must win her fights to get paid or die trying. Also, her in-laws can never know she's an underground fighter or they'll gain full custody of her son. She later discovered that her husband may have possibly been murdered by his former manager. She turns to seek justice for her deceased husband and make the man responsible pay. What she doesn't realize, she could be in over her head. So it's one of those revenge type stories. Everybody laugh. Her husband was, the thing is, her husband was going to lead underground fighting. He's going to leave that job behind him, open up a dojo, and just do that for a living. But it didn't work out that way. He got murdered. But there's a part two for this one, and it's called Fight for Freedom. So this is years after the other one. So Fight for Freedom is a sequel to Fight for Cash. 10 years have passed since Nicole's last underground fight. She has moved on from underground fighting and is now a mother of 3 kids. She also works as a martial arts instructor. One of her students, Marco, fights in underground fighting to support himself and his unborn kid. He just may not be cut out for underground fighting. After seriously injuring and putting a 17-year-old boy into a coma for attacking her 2 sons, she is placed in prison. Yeah, that's basically how the law works. You get arrested for attacking people. So this one is sort of realistic. Because that's how it is in real life. You try to protect yourself or someone and you get arrested. In this prison, she is given the option to participate in underground fighting to reduce her sentence. Nicole finds herself back into the life of underground fighting at her vow to never fight again. This time, she is not fighting for cash. She is fighting for freedom. For every fight she wins, her sentence is reduced. One inmate who is undefeated doesn't want to just fight Nicole. She wants to kill her. Nicole will have to survive and win the prison fights in order to get back to her life and her family. So yeah, it's kind of barbaric. So in this prison, you get your sentence reduced for every fight you win. So the fight is worth 5 years off your prison sentence. You win that fight, your prison sentence is reduced by 5 years. So that's how this works. So I got one person here. Let's see something. Did I get any requests? Yeah, I'm just seeing if anybody requests for any ebooks. So over half an hour in and nobody requests. Okay. Let's go over another story. Walking through the valley. Let's see, does it pop up? Really, man? So there's one person here. I'm just looking for the story I made. It's called Walk Through the Valley, right? I don't believe I deleted it. No, that's why it's not popping up. Audiobooks, and it's not an audiobook. Oh yeah, books. Let's try that one. Let's see, can I find this? Why is it so hard to find? Did they get rid of it? Oh, I think I know why it's hard to find. Okay. I didn't use my first name for this one. Walking Through the Valley. And this one's different. What's different about this one? It talks about my life. So this is a story about my life both before and after I became a child of God. This story talks about me walking with God through the darkest moments of my life. I wish I could tell you that my life became perfect, that nothing bad ever happened to me again after giving my life to Jesus, but that would be a lie. Still, hope you enjoyed the story. So, this story starts off, I talk about my childhood, teenage years, college years, I talk about all that, even when I got into YouTube. So, the story starts off like maybe late 80s up to like the early 20s. When I say 20s, I mean 2020. So, yes, this story you will learn more about me, things I just never talk about in my videos or in the real world. So it may be a good read. Zero people are here. Now let's talk about another story, Girls of the Planet. So I'm currently selling that one for like what? $4.99, so might as well be $5. So what is Girls of the Planet about? No, it's not Planet of the Apes. It has nothing to do with Planet of the Apes. So Girls of the Planet. It's a 16-year-old student, Jake, along with 7 other students, wake up nearly 2,000 years into the future. They learned that an EMP hit Earth 800 years later, basically 800 years after they fell asleep, causing anything made by electricity not to work, just putting humanity backwards in technology. If that wasn't shocking enough, women are now the stronger gender thanks to an ace scientist who altered the X chromosome a baby girl several centuries earlier. Jake meets a 16-year-old girl named Thea who is in charge of the tribe. She takes the teenagers in and lets them stay in her village. However, her evil cousin Vegas has other plans. After discovering that 8 teenagers are from the computer age, she believes she could get them to build high-tech weapons that allow her to rule all tribes and create her own America. Jake and Thea also start to grow closer. Jake, however, don't believe he has a chance with Thea since he's a nerd and she's a warrior, but Thea just might surprise him. Real question, can they stop Vader or will she create the American Empire? Nobody in here right now. Okay, so you want to know more? I can tell you more about this book, what happened. So Jake and his 7 classmates. The story starts off like in the 2100s, so it's 100 years from now, from our current timeline. I have no idea what technology is going to be like in the 2100s, so I'm just guessing. So Jake, he wants to be like an astronaut that explores other planets. And his teacher gives him an assignment. There's like this cryogenic. It freezes their bodies, and they're in suspended animation, so they don't age when they're in this state. And the project, it was supposed to be like a few days or a week. They were supposed to be stuck in this state, but something happened. It ended up being like 2,000 years because there was like a nuclear bomb that set off in that area. And the cryogen pods they were in, it detected radiation, so it kept them locked up in there for like up to like 2,000 years instead of a few days. And once the radiation was gone, the pods finally released them. They don't realize they've been down for like 2,000 years. They don't realize they've been asleep that long. So they get up. I mean, they are a little weak at first, but they don't think much of it. Their bats do look like they've been out for like years. They try to leave by going out, and they're no longer inside a building now. They're outside. They do meet some girls, and the girls, there was something off about these girls. The girls do attack them, and Jake knows something, that these girls are like really strong. He gets knocked out, but he does get saved by Thea. He wakes up, and that's when she explains that they've been out for like 2,000. He finds out that 2,000 years have passed since they first entered the pods. So 2,000 years is a long time. And he's figuring, okay, maybe that's why these girls are stronger than me, because my body's like still weak from being in suspense animation for 2,000 years. Maybe it's going to take my body a while to adjust. But Thea tells him something that's kind of horrifying. That girls are now the stronger gender. So what happened? How did girls suddenly become stronger gender? Why they were sleeping those pods? The world just kept going on. And some feminist science found a way to make the baby girl stronger. They altered the X chromosome. And when they had these 2 X chromosomes, these 2 super X chromosomes, that's mutated, of course. The girls see superhuman. So that's how the girls are now the stronger gender. Also, there's been a lot that happened between when they were in those paused and when they wake up in the year 4100 or 4040. I forget what it was. Might have been 4040. So it's been many years they've been locked on those paws. I may do like some pre-sequel story that talk about what happened in between the times. So I may do that. But for now, Girls of the Planet is a standalone story. But here's another story that's in the Nightfall universe. Cover Agent Kent. Let's see if it pops up. Alright, it popped up. Cover Agent Kent. And no, this has nothing to do with me. Hey, what's up? Not my 9-to-5 job. I did a little Walmart Smart. I did like a couple deliveries. But I didn't go to my main job. My main job, you get like federal holidays off. So right now I'm just giving away free ebooks to celebrate my 800 subscribers. So your interested? Just say give me an ebook and I'll put your name down, put it in here. And if I pull your name out, you'll get free ebooks or free ebooks. Yeah, it's nice. You're all too. Get federal holidays off. So now I'm going over this one book called Cover Agent Kent. And no, it has nothing to do with me. Even though I kind of named the character after me. Set in the same universe as the Nightfall series, Levi Kent is a recently high school graduate that does not know what to do with his life. His life looks like it's going nowhere until he's offered a job called Cover. Not knowing what to do with his life and seeing Cover as an opportunity, he decides to take the job. Levi wonders if he may have signed his life away or if this job will be a good thing for him. After joining Cover, he'll see the world in different light and realize it's not what he thought it was. Why don't I like to read books? Am I too lazy? Some people don't like to read. I mean, my friend doesn't like to read. I try letting my friend read some of my books before I publish them. And some afterwards, but he never reads them because he's not a reader. He does not like reading books. So reading's not for everybody. I don't even watch movies anymore. Now that's something I do. I watch movies. Sometimes I kind of wish I would have been like a film writer. But who knows? Maybe some of our writings will make it to the big screen or the small screen. I mean, I'm pretty cool with it. If any of my stories or any of my characters ever made it to like the big screen or the small screen, I mean, I'm cool with it. As long as I get like partial compensation. I only watch YouTube Finance, Kent Peterson, the Discovery Channel. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoy my videos. I used to watch Discovery Channel too when I was growing up. I was pretty interesting. I don't really have cable anymore. I was trying to save money, so I got rid of the cable. I have like this satellite dish thing here, so I'm able to pick up channels. Sometime the Walker Texas Ranger comes on sometime. So sometimes I watch that if I'm able to pick it up. And of course the news come on. We all like the news. But cover Agent Kent. So in this universe, cover is basically like the military, the CIA, and a police force in one. But they deal with things that normal police forces don't deal with. Because in this universe, people actually have powers. Some people can shoot electricity. Some people can control metal. Some are really strong. The normal police force, they don't deal with that. But cover agent, cover, they take care of people that have special abilities. They're designed to take them down. You come a long way and overcame a lot in life. Is there any reason why you don't discuss your adversary and success? I have talked about some things in my past videos. And I also did make like a story I was just talking about. Let's go back to it. So there's a story I made, Walking Through the Valleys. Yeah, that's what it is. So it's on Amazon, and that's also a book I will give away if people are interested in it. So in this book, I talk about my life from like I wouldn't say the very beginning, but from where my memory starts off, which is in Arkansas. So that's where my memory starts off, is in Arkansas. So I talk about being in Arkansas, Germany, Oklahoma, Hawaii, and then moving here to Florida. I talk about all that in this book. The things I had to deal with, the horrible teacher I had to deal with. Oh yeah, you might like that one. That part is where I talk about my horrible teacher. I never talk about her on this channel though. I think I may have one on my other channel called The Righteous Forge. That's a Christian channel I made years ago. I don't really use it too much. Even talk about some girl that I had crushes on. So it's pretty interesting about my life that I go over in this Walking Through the Valley. So how many people are in right now? This one? Bummer. So let's see if anybody requests to get an ebook. Let's look. Might have missed something. So, is there any other books I can go over? I mean, there's another one I did go over. I just kind of scared to talk about it on YouTube. It's the title, man. Actually, I have. I just don't talk about it. I'm still live, right? Yeah. Look like I've got disconnected for a while, for a second. Okay. So, is there anything? So during storage, just gotta think. There is another one. Oh, I said I did. I just don't talk about it. was diagnosed with the wrong thing at one point. Okay, I kind of froze. Sorry, man. Yeah, I lost you too because I guess the connection was bad, so I got disconnected. I gotta put my internet back on. They used to do like some work on the internet, so that's what happened. I actually do have T-Mobile. Okay, looks like I'm connected again. Yeah, just make sure I'm still connected. They discover her friend has a wishing machine. Vegan is a joke. Miles make a wish. So he makes a wish for something to happen. The next day, Sarah wakes up and she knows something different. After finding out it's worldwide, she figured out that her brother made a wish after getting him to confess. So I'm not saying what the wish was. You would just have to read the story. You want to know what the actual wish was. So basically, will Miles reverse this wish, or will he just leave the things how they are? You have to find out. And I think that may be all the stories I went over. I'm not quite sure. Let me check something. Yeah, I'm just making sure I went over all the stories I wrote. It's not it. Okay. Corrector, crossroad. Oh yeah, I was working on the 7th book of Nightfall. I just never got around publishing it. And some books I was going to publish, but I just never published them. So that's basically all the stories that I made. Let's go back. Okay. You could actually be looked up on as a miracle and help thousands, maybe even millions. I just respect that you do not want to be associated with your diagnosis. I just feel you could use it as a positive and help others similarly diagnosed to give them hope. Yeah. You could carry a message. Okay. Got disconnected again. So let's check. Okay, let's see if any, nah, nobody requests. So I'm gonna try to leave this video open. Also, I'm gonna end this video, but I'm gonna try to keep it open so people still look at it. And maybe if they want to check out any of these books, they can just leave comments. You could just leave comments and say, give me an ebook, and I'll write your name